Hey everyone, this is Nikachu, and we are here to play Merfolk in Standard. That's right, we're gonna do it with River Sneak. We're gonna get unblockable creatures, just like we do in Modern with Kumena, Tyrant of Vraska. That's okay, we've got the replacements. But before we get into that, we're gonna thank our sponsor, themanabase.com. And if you want to learn about scummy and shady tactics, go check out Modern Musings by Michael Shapiro on themanabase.com. Your home base for everything Magic the Gathering. So we have a one-lander on the play, so I'm going to mulligan. Yeah, my brother is now out on business. He won't be around for a while. He'll be back late August, but maybe we can have something with him in between. So we'll keep this. I don't know what we're up against, so I don't know why we would need the Tempest Caller. But it's not a bad card. And we have nothing to do on turn 1 anyway, so I guess we can keep it. We'll put it on top. It's good curve topper. If we don't do anything for a few turns, you know, these things will help. I guess we'll start with, what's the most confusing? I guess an island. That is the most deceptive way to start our hand. And we're most definitely going to start off with a Merfolk Branchwalker into Silvergill Adept, or maybe a Merfolk Branchwalker into Jungleborn Pioneer, because that's the most mana efficient. So we're up against probably an actual control deck. We were pretending to be the control deck with that start with an island, but we're actually up against an actual control deck. Merfolk Mistbinder, great card. Let's put it on top, and we'll pass the turn. Beef, just as much beef as we can possibly get. It's all good. Bring on the beef. What? This thing's still standard legal. Menace. I know it's the Dark Confidant thing. Enters battlefield, get an energy. You may pay. Yeah, 2 energy. That's fine. You may. So they need more energy. More energy, they say. Or are they going to block our Branchwalker? I'd be fine. So what is the value of playing Merfolk Mistbinder right now? We could get in very serious damage because this block. This will trade. Is that a problem? Might be a problem. On the other hand, we block, we play Jungleborn Pioneer. That's not a bad follow-up. Although if we play the Merfolk Mistbinder right now, we get 4 clear damage. Do you know what? I think we're going to save this. We're going to save it for a blowout turn. Let's offer the trade if they want to trade. They don't want to trade. Let's play the Jungleborn Pioneer. It's our mini Master of Waves. It's a nice board that we got here. You do not have enough energy to draw cards and lose life. This thing will not get red removal spell that gives energy. I can't remember all the names in Standard. There's a lot of cards in Standard. I know what they do, but I don't know the name. Like Glint Sleeve Siphoner. If you put a gun to my head, I would not remember. So this is interesting. Is our opponent going to slow down? We have unclaimed territory. We could unleash Tempest Caller right now. Weird move. But our opponent clearly representing some sort of removal, and at least Tempest Caller could be followed up next turn. Silvergill Adept, Merfolk Mistbinder, big attack. I think that's what I want to do. Because I don't want to play Silvergill Adept into Merfolk Mistbinder right now. They will certainly use the removal spell. And what if they're going to follow this up with Yahini's Expertise on their next turn? I don't want that to happen. That's terrible. So we would at least rebuild the board with Silvergill Adept into Merfolk Mistbinder. So Tempest Caller, clunky card. A lot of people wondering, why am I using Tempest Caller? Nikachu, what are you up to with this card? You know what? It's a decent card against board stalls. You can... Essence. Oh, that's what was going on. Alright, so we are going to now get in for our attack. I still don't mind if anything gets traded. Maybe now they're going to block the Merfolk Branchwalker. They realize they're in a bit of trouble. I would say we are in the driver's seat. But who knows, maybe our opponent will play Hostage Taker and, you know, turn it all around. There is Gaunty, Lord of Luxury. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of target opponent's library, exile one of them face down, then put the rest of them on the bottom. You may look at and cast that card for as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend whatever mana. Alright, very interesting, very interesting. We can attack through Gonti, because our Merfolk Mistbinder will make Jungleborn Pioneer big. Okay, let's start this party off with Silvergill Adept. Draw some cards. Ooh, Deeproot Elite. Do you want? I think it's a bit too late for that right now. I will, or is it? Yeah, I can't. Well, I can't attack this turn. No, do you know what? We're gonna wait on Deeproot Elite. What do I need? I need a green. We'll play Deeproot Elite when we have another creature to cast, and we can guarantee some value. That's what we're gonna do. Truth be told, I think the control decks, that's what we want to be playing against. I don't know if this is strictly a control deck. Maybe it's like sort of a mid-range deck like Jend or something. So Abrade is going to eat our Merfolk Mistbinder. Jade Bearer. Well, no +1/+1 counter. That was a dud now, wasn't it? 4 cards, that's all you could find? 4 cards. That means they actually took a bunch of garbage cards and put them on the bottom. Well, that is an awkward interaction. That is not what I wanted to happen. And it appears that I forgot to play my Unclaimed Territory last turn. I think we should play the Silvergill Adept. Maybe we'll draw... If we draw Jade Bearer, that would be great. Now we need the Jade Bearer. That would put 2 counters on these 2 creatures. No Jade Bearer. Alright. I think... Do you know, I think we're going to keep the deep... Do we keep the Deeproot Elite in our hand? Essence Scatter could get it. Alright, you know what? There are counter spells in our opponent's deck, so let's play out Deeproot Elite. Let's see if we're going to be going wide this game. Just Death Touch, right? So I think Gonti got the value that it was known for. You don't want to cycle this? So our opponent's working their way up to something big. They're not cycling their lands. Is there a Glorybringer in the future? Not familiar with the lists, so it's very hard to play around things. Very hard to play around things. Not what we wanted to draw either. Going wide does nothing. We're just going to pass. Drawing anything would be good. Any creature. Anything that would make the Silvergill Adepts be able to trade with a Gonti is good with me. Okay, Vraska's Contempt. So now we have to work hard in order to do something. We're pretty far from doing anything. Like, even if I drew Merfolk Mistbinder, I wouldn't be super confident. Just a removal spell would, like, when there's Merfolk Mistbinder. Opponent has full mana. I'm going to pass the turn. Or I should play the island. Or do I play the island? Is there anything that could make me discard cards? I don't know. Let's hold on to the island. I'm playing around cards that may or may not exist. Because if our opponent has removal spells in hand, they would just use it on the Merfolk Mistbinder anyway. Supreme Will. Counter target spell unless their opponent plays 3. What are they working up to? They did not cycle the Fetid Pools. Maybe they wanted a lot of mana. Maybe they want a lot of mana. Just for something. Glint Sleeve Siphoner. So now they could draw a card. Not bad. Not bad at all. I like it. Okay, so we'll play the glint sleeve thing. Sorry, Jungleborn Pioneer. 3. Okay, so we're out of range of Supreme Will. Yeah. So we can pay for Supreme Will. They can only play 1. Still building up a nice board. Gonna continue to sandbag the Merfolk Mistbinder until... basically until our opponent has run out of cards in their hand. And we can definitely block this thing now. We've got like a million creatures on the board. Probably going to triple block with 2 Jungleborn Pioneers and a Hexproof token. And that way this thing can only trade with one of the permanents, even if they have a removal spell in hand. Confiscation Coup. You're going to take my creature. Choose target artifact creature. You get 4 energy. Then you may pay an amount of energy equal to that permanent's converted mana cost. If you do, gain control of it. Okay. So some good things about this is that the shields are down. Well, there's 2 mana up. So maybe the shields aren't completely down, but, you know, it's they're a little bit more vulnerable than they usually are. Okay, River Sneak is fantastic. That's going to draw out more removal spells for sure. Can't screw around with River Sneak. River Sneak is serious. And that is certainly something I think our opponent would have wanted to confiscate last turn, if they could. Okay, they'll use the Harness Lightning, that's fine. I guess the bad thing is they're gaining energy, Glint Sleeve Siphoner, drawing cards. Not things we want to see happen. Siphoner is doing a better job at grinding us out. Here's a Kumena Speaker. Let's play Kumena and pass the turn. I'm waiting for 2 bomb cards. It's essentially what I'm waiting for. Like Merfolk Mistbinder and a second Merfolk Mistbinder, or what's it called? Okay, sure. Because I don't want to play the Merfolk Mistbinder into any of the really good removal spells. Our opponent has a pretty good engine going on here. I'm willing to put out all the dinky stuff out there. You know, Kumena Speaker, Jungleborn Pioneer, Silvergill Adapt, none of that stuff really matters. Scarab God. So now a lot of pressure is going to be put on us. We have to try to win. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses life. X life, and you scry X life, where X is the number of zombies you control. Opponent doesn't own any zombies. Exile target creature card from a graveyard, and you get 4/4 zombie. When it dies, return to the owners, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now I really want to find a Tempest Caller. Tempest Caller would win if our opponent has no removal. Not Tempest Caller, but holy damn, that is a good one. We are at a very healthy life total, so we can play Kumena. Again, we have the 3 mana open for Supreme Will. Put target spell or non-land permanent into its owner's library second from the top. Well, that sucks. Alright, we have to take a stand. We have to do something or we're gonna die very, very quickly. Our opponent has a lot of resources to win the game here. I think I'll keep the hexproof creatures back. So our opponent can eat a few of these guys. I hope this attack is correct. Maybe it's not. Because I don't see a really good way. Yeah, maybe the attack is not correct. I mean, I got what I wanted in trades, but like we actually need the creatures on the top of we need the creatures more than our opponent needs the creatures. I guess my out was still that our opponent like does not draw a sufficient removal spell or something, and my top card was still Tempest Caller. Well, that can't be good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. 4/4 Silvergill Adepts, draw cards, beautiful. Silent Gravestone be good against this deck? There is an Aftermath card. Each player shuffles his or her hand and graveyard into his or her library, then draws 7 cards. Aether Hub. We should try to play faster. We're actually down on the clock. I do not feel like I am playing slowly. Okay, we're dead. We're supremely dead. This is impossible. Do you know what? Another reason we should not have suicided our creatures last turn was because of... because we do have a Kumena 2 from the top, and maybe in some world that is important. Okay, we're super dead. Cards we want. Blossoming Defense for sure. For sure. Deep-root Waters for sure looks great. Tempest Caller, maybe. Maybe. Not going to say no. Jade Bearer, do you know what? You don't look that great. I think Blossoming Defense will do a better job than you. I have 22 lands. I think that's fine. Branchwalker, you're fine. Deep-root Elite, maybe you're not that great. River Sneak, do you want unblockable creatures? I like the idea of that. Deep-root Elite, maybe... No, do you know what? We're going to get rid of the Tempest Caller. We have unblockable stuff with Kumena. We have unblockable stuff with the River Sneak. I'm hoping that's going to be enough. And Deep-root Waters might help us go really wide. Do we want Spell Pierce? Do I think Blossoming Defense is going to act like our Spell Pierce? But I could be wrong. 22 cards. How many creatures we have? We have 31 creatures. We could afford to take out 2 things. 2 Spell Pierce. But I think their most important... Well, no, they have a lot of really interesting things, like Confiscation Coup, which I'm certain they're going to keep in. So Negate is useful. Let's bring in some Negates. Because it counters Harness Lightning and other cards like that. So it's just a good old hard counter. We'll keep this. Not an exciting hand, but it's a hand. I don't want to have too many counterspells against this deck because it looks like it's still using creatures like Gonti, Scarab God, the Siphoner. Love Blossoming Defense, though. Looks really well positioned. Do you want? I think I'm going to start this off with... No, let's start off with River Sneak. Or do I? How greedy do I want to be here? Okay, I'm going to be greedy and start off with River Sneak and just hope that our opponent does not kill it or something on their main phase, which they most definitely could do. Less on tap. Okay, paid off. I'm Okay, let's play Merfolk Branchwalker. Let's get some counters on that River Sneak. If we can. Oh, no, you don't. Blossoming Defense. So we're going to get some damage in quite quickly, very early on. Stack the triggers. Silvergill Adept, we are for sure going to keep that on top. Great value. Great value, great damage, great Merfolk. And we just snap win. Well, that didn't work out too well, did it? I think we're gonna stay with our plan. Yeah. Is there any use to having Spell Pierce on the draw? I don't think so. Still some purpose to this, because it just turns the Scarab God right off. But I'm hoping we can win before the Scarab God goes right off. We're missing a land. So we are most certainly going to mulligan this. Our opponent mulligan, his hand is very good if we draw one land. I guess we'll mulligan with our opponent. This hand's great. Keep. Well, yeah, we can keep that on top. We have a pretty good curve. Merfolk. Get in there, Kamena Speaker, get in there. Merfolk, somehow I feel like we're running into an Essence Scatter, but I don't think there's much we can do about it. Because it's not always an Essence Scatter. It's definitely going to be removal sometimes. I'm going to try to remember that I'm revealing a Merfolk. I'm revealing Silvergill Adept. I guess I'll put it over here. Okay. No problem. Island is good. That will help us cast Deep-Root Waters next turn. Deep-Root Waters, great combination with Kumena. We have 2 Kumena, so our hand is pretty strong right now. A bit clunky, but pretty strong. Looking forward to grinding out our opponent. So they need a counterspell for this. If they don't counter this, I don't think they have any way of removing it from the board, and we will gain a colossal advantage. Oh, it's like, that is not good news for them, and I doubt they have Spell Pierce in against us. It's like, all we have to do is like play Kumena Tyrant of Erazka next turn, or maybe we don't even do that. We're gonna wait it out a little bit. We're gonna wait it out. Let's draw out, like, at least some removal, or maybe some counter spells. Show the other Silvergill Adept again. Was it disallow or something? Exile target creature. You know, it's interesting. I kept up unclaimed territory just in case I would draw Jade Bearer. That was a mistake because I should just hold up the force because I could draw Blossoming Defense and then it would be turned off. So our opponent, 4 cards in hand, but we have 5. Huge board. Like, we are totally in the driver's seat here. Now our opponent's cycling cards, that is on their main phase, that is a sign of desperation, people. That is desperation. There is no greater sign of desperation than that. We have negate. It is beautiful. If we can draw one land, we are certainly going to close out this game very comfortably. So I'm going to play Merfolk Branchwalker. Hopefully we do draw that land. I don't really want to just keep passing the turn with 3 power up. That feels a bit too weak. Okay, that's fine. You can't harness lightning those Merfolk tokens, and we got the land. I think that's gonna be game. I think that's basically it. Our opponent could do something like play the Scarab God, but I think when we get Kumena on the battlefield, that will be too much. Well, the Scarab God would still make this a game because these Kumena speakers and stuff are in the graveyard. Okay, so our opponent can draw some cards for a few turns. They're going to be put under a lot of pressure, and if we draw one more land, Kumena is going to be online. It's going to be over. You know what? I'm gonna use the negate so we stay ahead, stay super far ahead. We don't have to deal with that BS. So Botanical Sanctum. You know what? How about we play? The options are limitless here. Let's play. I just want to play one of these creatures so that next turn I could play like Silvergill Adept into Kumena, Tyrant of Erazka. Or I could just play a Kumena Tyrant of Erazka right now and just attack with 2 creatures. Yeah, let's do that. What am I playing around? I could have just played... No, I can't play Kumena and something else that's on the same turn. That's not possible. Okay, hold on. Cancel. Let's make sure... I'm not going to make the same mistake again. I'm going to leave the green up just in case we draw a Blossoming Defense. So I leave one Merfolk token behind so that now we can start drawing cards. So they can draw 2 cards this turn. I wonder what board wipes that they could play. Like, good board wipes. Like, Yahini's expertise doesn't even hit Kumena. So there's the Scarab God. Is this going to be enough? I don't know if this is going to be enough. Let's see what happens. So we got River Sneak. We got a lot of good things here. I am most certainly just going to go super wide with my board. Let's start with Merfolk Mistbinder. Let's continue. Well, I mean, I could put a ton more. Do I kill my opponent? I could put 6 creatures on the board with River Sneak and Silvergill Adept, and then I could make Kumena unblockable and pump him up. Let's see how this works out. There's 2 blockers. You block Silvergill Adept and this Merfolk. This is 6, 10 damage, and Glint Sleeve Siphoner is turned offline. I like it. Let's go that route. Oh, another Merfolk Mistbinder. Well, that might be lethal now, thanks to Deep Root Waters. So we're going to make this guy unblockable with a Summoning Sick Merfolk. We're going to tap 5 Merfolk. Make everything +1/+1. So you have to block 2 things. Yeah, you're dead. And that's it. Nikachu wins the match. Merfolk in Standard has legs and fins. Some don't have legs, but some do have legs. And that's what matters. Thanks, Merfolk Mistbinder. Deep Root Waters showing that it's unstoppable after it resolves. Holy cow! I mean, this in combination with Kumena, Tyrant of Vraska, that was really good. I don't think this card would be very good in games that would go short. Looks unreliable to me against the red decks. I could be wrong, but in games that are going to go long, like this sort of match, going to be absolutely fantastic. So, let's see, what is the lesson for the day? Where is my marker? I don't know where my marker is. Hello? Marker, someone put it somewhere. I'm working on it, people. I'm working on it. Someone misplaced my marker. It was probably me. Oh, there we are. Okay. So today's lesson, Kumena plus Deep Root Waters equals GG. Kumena. That is an amazing combo. You create so many tokens. Plus DW. You can create so many tokens, you can draw so many cards. Oh, I'm running out of space here. Equals GG. Like we saw the power of Deep Root Waters. Finally we see the power of Deep Root Waters. I've been signing it in so many times. We haven't seen the effect of it. And now we see just how well it takes over the game. It didn't even take that many creatures to put a bunch of tokens on the board. Helps pump up the entire team. Helps draw cards. It's just an engine in itself. Maybe this thing should be main decked. Who knows? Who knows? This was very impressive. This was very impressive. Although I'll admit it was against a deck that couldn't do anything about it. Like Grixis just doesn't have anything to do against an enchantment once it's on the battlefield. So anyway, we're going to thank all my patrons supporting me on Patreon. We're also going to thank themanabase.com for being our sponsor. This has been Nikachu, playing Merfolk in Standard.